Hey guys, it's Jeff Farina with Pocketnow.com, and in this video we're going to give you a hardware overview of the Sony Ericsson X10 Mini Android device. You've already seen our unboxing video and our first software video, so let's go ahead and just get this one going. And we are back, and we're going to go ahead and jump right into the hardware and the form factor of this device right off the bat. As you can see here, the Xperia X10 Mini is a very small device. Comes in weighing at 3.11 ounces, so it's small and light. It actually has a 2.5-inch diagonal measurement screen that sports a 240 by 320 resolution, so it's not the greatest resolution, as you can pretty much just tell by those specs right there. However, it does the job, and I will go into the screen quality very soon. The processor on this device is a 600 megahertz processor. Again, it's not the fastest on the market right now, but for what Sony has running, as far as a skin, it actually will run that no problem whatsoever. I've noticed a pretty good speed. The onboard memory for installing the applications, saving music, that sort of thing, is 159 megabytes. It's a very different number, not what you would typically see on most phones, but it's definitely there for you for, I would say, for mostly installing the apps. You can install a MicroSD card, however, it's only up to a 16 gigabyte. I'm not sure why that is, but that's one of the limitations that Sony has placed on the device itself. Now on the Sony X10 Mini, we have three hardware buttons. The first button on the left is going to be your menu key. The middle button is going to be your home button, followed by your back button on the far right. Looking at the device up close and personal, on the bottom here we have your charging port, which is a micro USB. It is a rubber plug type design, so you have to actually pick at this with a nail and actually move the plug out of the way to be able to charge it. Also has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Of course, that does fit the special Sony headphone, but as well as any other headphone itself. Moving on to the right side of the device, we have an actual camera button, followed by your volume rockers up and down. The top will just give you the lock and power key, as you can see here. And the left side of the device has nothing on it at all. Now the back of the device is going to give you the camera with its LED flash. It is a 5 megapixel camera, so it takes fairly decent quality pictures. As you can see, we have the nice Sony Ericsson logo here, as well as the Xperia. Here is your speaker, which honestly is extremely loud when playing music. I will actually play a video in the software overview part 2 video, and you'll hear how loud the speaker gets and how good the quality stays. I don't want to play any music that's already preloaded on the device just for copyright concerns. Now, one element of this device that may be up in the air as far as your opinion goes is that the X10 Mini's battery is non-removable. Now, the way you actually get to the battery, or get to the back of the phone, let's say, is you actually just take a nail, you stick it in this back cover here, you pry it, which is a little weird. There's no actual little spot for it, but hey, it is what it is. As you can see here, we have the black back cover, which, if you saw my unboxing video, they give you interchangeable covers. So they're going to give you the green, the black. Now the black has a nice soft touch feel to it. That's why I like it. Then they're also going to give you a few more colors. And basically all you do is you just snap these on just like you would with the black cover, and you have a different, unique looking phone. But going back to the actual back of this device itself, as you can see here, we have the slot for the memory card, which we have a 2 gigabyte card in right now. That's actually what comes in the phone. You have a slot for your SIM card. And once again, that battery is not removable, so it's a very self-contained unit. Call it what you may. I think it's actually a little bit better that the battery in this case will stay in the device, because that probably helped to keep the form factor down. It is a very small device, so if you're looking for a tiny device, this is a very good answer for that. Now, I talked about the screen resolution before, how it's a little bit lower quality than most screens at the 240 by 320. I'm going to try and give you a closer look. It's going to be very hard to tell. It's not exactly the sharpest screen, let's say. So for example, if we go, I don't want to really show you the applications that I haven't showed you yet, because that's going to be coming in my next video. But if we look at, for example, this picture here in the gallery, you're going to see that it's a little washed out, only because the resolution isn't where many of the other phones that we see today are. And last but not least, we want to give you a look at the outdoor performance of this phone. That's one of the main things that we like to show off in our videos, are how the screens perform outdoors. And this is a typical LCD type screen with a lower resolution, so we'll see how it performs outside. And let's go ahead and actually jump right to that right now. Alright, so we've gone ahead and moved outside, and as you can see, it's a nice bright hot day. Now I'm holding the phone in my hand, so I apologize for the shakiness. I did want to hold it at the angle I would typically hold a phone at, just to show you how it actually looks. So as you can see here, we have the home screen clock, If I swipe up here to actually get to the icon menu, I personally can see this without an issue whatsoever. I hope the camera really picks it up here. If I go into some of my emails, I can actually check my inbox now. This isn't the actual Gmail application, so it's not really seeing it, as great. But for example, if I click on an email here, it will now actually show me the text itself. So I really hope this is doing it justice. I can see this extremely well. And I would say part of that is probably the size of the screen. There is less surface area for glare. And I have no problem seeing that at all. And that has been our hardware overview of the Sony Ericsson X10 Mini. If you like what you see so far, you can actually pick up this device right now over at clove.co.uk for around $325. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please give us a thumbs up and stay tuned for the final 2 videos in this series of the Sony Ericsson X10 Mini.